gentlemen, welcome to Foundation, where we have an island to take. I took the liberty of setting up a bridge in between episodes. Saves a bit of time. Had to cut a bit of the wheat field for that. That's a bit annoyed with that, but it is what it is. And I spent some time cleaning out the lovely forest that was here. So now we can build what I enjoy building. And oh my, we have a lot to build. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. I think starting off with a chapel is the right goal here. Does it have to be big? After all, as you can see, it's not a very big island either way, so... Let's go up into the sky. Chapel with a bell tower. Let's see. More like that. It's not entirely aligned to the bridge, but that's okay. Really, the bridge should... Yeah, the bridge is not straight for that, but that's okay. I don't care. Okay. So, the chapel. Gives room for 28 people currently. That is too small. I want to at least double that. Okay. Okay, I can work with that, I think. Alright, we have a chapel. A chapel, of course, needs a door. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that works. And... yeah, now it needs a visitor location, so let's plant it straight away. Okay. Sub-building. A place like this needs, of course, to have a couple of monks. Oh, this is a lovely building, though. Okay, hold on. Back to the chapel. Away. Yeah, we're gonna start over, because that building is just awesome. I mean, it's actually just the same as I do with 3 blocks here, but, smaller. I mean, yeah. We can do something like this. Oh, hold on. That's better. Okay. I'm willing to go with this. Let's reinstall the door. Okay. Back to the dorm rooms. What I could do is turn this into a... what shall I do? Add loose buildings around it in a semicircle? Also, yikes. I got an idea. Rooms. Jeez. Right, no, of course, I'm a Muppet. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Muppet. Turn it into somewhat... I could turn it into somewhat akin to a wall, but rather than walls, they're the dorms for the monks. That's a possibility, but I don't really like that. No, now I got a better idea. If I take you... Oh, hold on. You. Go away. What is that? Well, it's a nice measuring point, I suppose. Place you further forwards on the island. You're a bit big. Well, I feel a bit... It's too small. Is there something in between? That is nice. Hold on. Still big, but no, I can't make you smaller either. Ooh, yeah, that'll do. Monk dorms. That's 15 monks. Do I like the location though? No, I don't. I'm gonna move them like this. Am I gonna move them like that? Hold on, is there another... Could add the monk dorm simply like that. It's very compact this way. But then you can't add the buttresses to the... No. We do want the buttresses to the building. Okay. Hold on. Chapel. Is that the one? Hold on. The tiled one is way cooler. Hush and accept it. Two on each side? Two on each side. Oh, now you do. Okay, I don't get that. Okay. Why were you red? That made no sense. Okay. The monk rooms. The monk dorms. That's 10 monks. That'll give me a capacity of 20 monks and nuns later on. Is that enough? I think it will be. Monks and nuns. 20, well, 10 each. Okay, yeah. New building. Check, check, check. Scriptorum. I do want to have a scriptorum. Scriptorums are fairly important. After all, what else do you gotta do when you're a monk, right? Write bloody books. So let's add 2 of them, like this. Okay. Acceptable. Acceptable. Capacity for 200, and 12 people can work. So over half of the monks can actually work on writing these things. I have the feeling I don't have enough monks, but we'll see. Herb garden, berry garden, veggie garden. Refectory. In other words, kitchen. I think that must be a separate building, though. I think I'll add a kitchen building over here to the sides. This will be the main building. With 2 attachments. With a funnel. And a door. Okay. New sub-building. So that was the refectory. Weird name, by the way. Apiary, the kitchen. If we have a place where we can have dinner, we also need a place where we can cook said dinner, right? What we could do... is have a kitchen attached to it, like so. Hold on, I do want you to connect up again. With another funnel. Okay, so we have a small kitchen and a dining room. Is the kitchen big enough? I don't know. Honestly, I'm having some doubts, so what I'm gonna do is essentially simply doubling the size of said kitchen. Make it like that. Almost tempted to move the living quarters here as well. I think I just might. Yes. ground connects these. It's not directly. The green inside, of course, shows how people can walk inside of said buildings. You will connect up again. So monk dorms. Dining hall. And then I'm gonna move the nuns. How is that? Yeah. Acceptable. Connect you up again. So we have a door, a kitchen and living quarters for the nuns, kitchen, living quarters for the monks. Of course, it just counts as a single kitchen, but, you know, I suppose this is the role-playing part that counts, okay? Okay. Sub-building. So we have the kitchen. Cloister, Hospitium, Treasury, Emissary Office, Free Build. Let's start off with the Cloister, because the Cloister is most work. Also, let's jump to the Scriptorum first and move them. You know what? Scriptorum. Delete. We'll be back for you. First things first. Am I gonna do it like that? I think so. 3. This was the middle one, right? I'm gonna move you out slowly for a second. Yeah, three parts. One over there. Misclick. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 7. Okay. A cloister where 26 people can actually do their stuff. Okay. New sub-building. That was the cloister. Let's go back to the Scriptorum. So we can do that. Hold on. Okay. Where's the other one? There's supposed to be 2 here. Well, there are 2 now. So a few bits further inwards. Okay. Back to the scriptorium. Scriptorium has room for 106 copyists. That's not enough. So what I'll do is add you. And add you. That is 12 and 200. Better. Better. Some rooms essentially, like so, next to the walkway, 24 and 400. Okay, hey, that's pretty nice, that's pretty nice, I like it. I like it, I like it. So, that was the scriptorium. A herb garden. I suppose on this side of the building we'll get the gardens going. Starting off with a little herb garden building over here. Garden hut can store up to 50 resources. Just checking. Doesn't really seem to add anything really, so I might as well just add 2. So we know for sure that we got plenty of resource space. Now, let's say enough room for 10 monks. 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 monks and 100 cargo space, because it's a long walk. So that's the herb garden. We also have a berry garden. Would be nice to fit you here. And here as well, I'm gonna say 2, 3, 4. Monks can work on a berry garden. Add sub-building. That is the herb garden, the berry garden. Vegetables. Veggie. The veggie garden will be added here. And we'll take this part of the island. Okay. Add sub-building. Grange. Storing and trading. Well, I guess we need one. But we can add you. Fairly close to the rest of the buildings here. No. No, we're going to add you to the rear of the monastery. Like so. We got that, apiary. I would suppose a single apiary building will suffice. That's a building. We have the kitchen. Emissary office and hospitium are the first ones. The only ones I need still, not the first ones. Let's start off with the emissary office because that's the easiest one, I think. It can be the smallest, although I don't plan on making it too small. No, hold on. I want that high window. Am I happy with that? It means it's no longer a... Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. No, I'm not happy with that. We're going for a tower instead. At least, yeah, rustic tower there. Like so. Make you a bit higher. This is a nice tower for the emissary. However, emissary will need a bit more room than just that, I think. So I will give the emissary an extra building. And that building has something that no other building has. An extra door. Okay. I mean, it's for the emissary, right? It's an important office. Then we need room for guests, the guest rooms. I suppose the guest rooms can go to the front of the island here. 2, 3. They're so small. Don't like it. Delete, 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 delete. So big. Don't like it. Hold on. If I got an idea. 4. If I do that, that looks horrible at that angle. Of course, that's the underground that's causing a bit of an issue. Obviously, I did not like that. This, on the other hand, works for me. Let's make it 1 higher so the windows are actually visible. Capacity for 13 people. That is not a lot. That is not a lot indeed. Am I gonna add more room? I think I might. Okay, let's try that again. Yes, I'm taking my bloody time here, folks. I'm taking my bloody time. I want this to be somewhat decent at the first try, okay? Yeah, we got fields here. Yeah, this is really the only real room we have left. That's a no-go. This works, but it's so big. This way they can actually... We're just going with something like this. I don't like it. Don't like going too big on those. With a rustic tower. Two entranceways. I mean, it's for guests, so... I mean, that looks pretty okay. From that side, anyway. Do we want to keep them? No. Already used those. I'm going to use the other ones here. This side. Yeah, sure. Can we have roof chimneys? Nope, guess not. We can have a chimney inside there, but I don't want that. So let's just add the chimney over there. Okay. Okay, I think we're pretty much set. Build all. Material costs, infinite? Pretty much infinite. This will take a long time to build. But that's okay. We got time. What's going on here? Oh, that's the marble mine. Okay, yeah, I haven't enabled that one yet. Yeah, of course, we'll build it. It will take a few years, but we'll build it. So, without much further ado, I think I'm gonna hit the pause button, as the first resources are being brought in. Excellent. Only a few more thousand to go. And I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Not really next time, we're not gonna end the video here, but I'm gonna pause the video and, well, I'm gonna go AFK for about an hour or so, and when I get back, probably half of this building is built. Let's find out, shall we? This is gonna take a long time. Minutes become hours. Hours become tedious. That's sad though. As you can see, slowly my monastery is being built. Very slowly. But slowly or not, as you can see, the first monks are here. We actually have a fair few of them. Yeah, look at that. In fact, we're almost full. At least in terms of female occupants. We lack the monks, though. We lack the monks. But soon the kitchen area will be operational. Then we can start... Oh, we can start that already, of course. Golden gruel for wheat and honey. Wheat is not a problem, and we're making honey, so let's do so immediately. Now, hopefully, we'll get this section operational next. I also built a storage yard here in the hopes of getting the resources down to the monastery a bit faster. Can't spare anything right now, sorry. Oh, and before I forgot, you remember the quartz depot, right? And the marble? We got gold as well. So once this monastery is operational, we are gonna mine marble and gold as our next objective, so we can make jewelry, so we can promote our citizens, become bigger, better, make more money, to get more citizens, to expand more, to make more money. This sounds familiar. That's it. 2 more male villagers. Become monks. And with that, like literally, it's been like 3 hours now. I really lacked somehow, I'm not entirely sure why or how, but I had to start this essentially with no stone. I thought I had like 300-400 stones in storage when I designed this thing, but apparently not. Maybe it was the bridge that took all the material, I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, we still need a lot of materials, but a lot less. And it's mostly the stone that is the issue. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, like seriously, it's 1:15 in the night by now. I guess we continue this next episode. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, take a good look at the monastery, because next time you see it, it will be done. And of course, with that said and done, yeah, there we go, you can't move the map. That is weird. But with that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very fond farewell. And take care.